and welcome back to my channel. Oh, it's gone. So for today's video, it is going to be a review and rating of some of Ava's favourite books. And next time we can do yours, yeah? We'll do Ava's today. Yeah, so I've always read to the kids because I love reading myself. Yes, I've always read to them since they were babies. And now that Ava's getting older, she started reading books herself.
I love reading.
I love reading. Yeah, I just think it's really important. It's important for their speech and just for their imaginations, and it's just fun, isn't it? Like, we just love reading. So we're going to start.
This is the reading family.
This is the reading family.
I don't read much.
You do read. Mummy reads books to you.
But I don't read myself much.
No, you don't yourself yet, do you? But you are getting good at reading now, aren't you? Reading all the Biff, Chip and Kipper ones. Yeah, so we're going to start off with one that I started reading to her as a baby, and it used to be your favourite book, which is sad now because you didn't even remember, but this used to be Ava's favourite book. So this one is called Old Bear Stories by Jane Hissey. It's like I'm going to start reading it on CBeebies. Illustration. Yeah. So Ava used to love this book, and it's got different stories in it. So it's got a story about Old Bear, Little Bear's Trousers, Little Bear Lost, and Jolly Tall and Jolly Snow. Do you remember?
Yeah, like a little when Jolly Tall was about. So they got. So the bears and the duck and everyone got this present, this gift. And it was really like a really tall rectangular one. And then they opened it and there was Jolly was in it. Yeah. And then the next day was Christmas Day. And then,
That's right. You just really love this book, and as you can see, it has been well read. Like, it looks quite worn. Most of the books do, because we just read them so much. So what mark are you going to give that out of 5?
5 out of 5.
You're going to give it 5? I think this could happen a lot. Probably 5. Okay, 5 out of 5 for this book. I would give it 5 out of 5 too. It's like a bit sentimental as well. Okay, so next we're going to go with another old one that Ava. This is probably the first book that Ava ever read herself.
Sometimes I feel like standing on my head. Sometimes I feel like we're going under the covers. Sometimes I feel like dancing. Sometimes I feel like I have a tummy ache. Sometimes I feel like making a mud pies. Sometimes I feel like holding the hands of a friend. Sometimes I feel like lonely.
It is the Feelings book, and it's just really sweet. What mark are you going to give that out of 5?
4 out of 5.
4? It's still quite high. But yeah, okay, fair enough. We're going to do a classic next. James and the Giant Peach. Who doesn't love James and the Giant Peach? Obviously, I watched the film and read the book when I was younger, but Ava read the book first, and then we watched the film after, didn't we? Because I was like, let's watch it, because I think the book's probably better than the film. What did you think?
I thought it was like they were both the same, but the book's better than the film.
There was slightly different things. It goes a bit more in depth in the book, I think, doesn't it? But it's just a classic. Who doesn't love James and the Giant Peach? What was your favourite bit of the book?
When he went in the peach.
When he went inside the peach. I liked it when they started eating the peach. It's a great book. What mark are we going to give it?
Sad.
Sad?
2 out of 5.
Oh my gosh, you gave James the Giant Peach 2!
I mean 5.
I
did that for a joke.
Funny, isn't it? Okay, so James and the Giant Peach, we thought we had a 2, but the 2 turned into a 5. Fair enough.
The 2 went into a 5.
Okay, next I'm going to do a Julia Donaldson book. I love all the Julia Donaldson books. I really love the illustrations by Axel. What's his name? Scheffler. Oh, you said Scheffler. Yeah? Scheffler. Axel Scheffler. Yeah, I love the Julia Donaldson books. I just think they're really lovely books. We got this one quite recently, actually, didn't we?
Yeah, we got it when it was my 7th birthday and we went to Chessington.
Yes, this was a little present, wasn't it, from there? But you know, one of my favourite ones actually that I've not included, but Room on the Broom. Oh, I love Room on the Broom because we
have that book.
Yeah, we had a big one where it makes the noises as well. Do you remember?
It's ripped.
I think Room. Yeah, it did rip. that book, The Room on the Broom, is my favourite. And then we watched the programme, didn't we? Like the little film clip of it.
But sadly it ripped, and now it's in the rip box.
It's in the rip book box.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one was your favourite, wasn't it? What's it called? The Snail and the Whale. So what mark are you going to give this?
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, just another little sentimental one. Ava wanted me to put this in. I wouldn't necessarily have put this in because I didn't realise you loved it so much. But it's just like a treasury of books. Snuggle up little one. And it's got lots of
chapters.
Yeah, it's got lots of different ones in it, hasn't it? So,
like
ready for bed, I don't want to go to bed, what are you doing in my bed? There's a theme here. Hush-a-bye Lily, good night, sleep tight, the very noisy night. So it's bedtime stories.
The tiger who didn't want to go to bed was very naughty.
Oh, what mark?
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 for the bedtime stories.
I'm very high.
Yeah. Right, so now we're going to do a collection of books. So it's a collection of Enid Blyton books because I love all the Enid Blyton books. So whenever we go to Whitstable, there's a lovely charity shop and they do all really vintage Enid Blyton books. So they look a bit worse for wear, but I kind of love that more about them. But the first one we read was the middle one. So it's The Magic Faraway Tree is the one we read first, when it's got Silky and Moonface in. What's his name? What's his name?
I don't know. Yeah, what's his name?
There's a person in it called What's His Name, and obviously we just got an running joke about that Zach would do with Ava. It's really tickled her. Pull yourself together. Yeah, so we read that one first, and then we read that one, and then we got this one and read this one last. What's his name? Yeah, so we read the first one last. But how much did we love these books? So much. I think maybe I loved them a bit more, but you loved them, didn't you?
Yay!
Yeah. For World Book Day, Ava dressed up as Silky. So what are you going to give the Faraway Tree out of 5? Just all of them as a trio.
5 out of 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. And then after we read the Faraway Tree books, we then read The Wishing Chair. Adventures of the Wishing Chair.
And the new Wishing Chair.
Yeah, so these were the old school ones, and then we went out and bought the new Adventure of the Wishing Chair just to see what that was. And you've been reading that on your own, haven't you?
There's actually different characters in there.
So this is Giant Land, this one's called. And what did you think of the new ones compared to the old ones?
Well, I thought that maybe the old ones were a little bit better.
Yeah, I love the old ones. The only thing about the old school books is I obviously do use a lot of old phrases. So like in this one, their names are Dick and Fanny, and obviously you probably wouldn't get a lot of Dicks and Fannies these days.
And sometimes I don't actually understand the words in the book.
We're right over there, Zach.
What?
I don't know why it's laughing. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the only thing, but...
He's laughing at the phone. Yeah, sometimes I just have to ask what the words mean in these books.
Yeah, and sometimes I tell her.
And interrupt my mum reading.
It's fine. Yeah, so we love the old Enid Blyton books, don't we? Obviously, Enid Blyton does loads and loads of books, so then we just got some random ones like the clock, what is it called? Round Clock Stories, which has got lots of different stories in.
Surprise Sunshine Book.
Sunshine Book, again, lots of different stories in. And then I got some newer ones off, I think I got these off eBay. Again, they just got lots of different stories in them, and they look all new. As a whole, what would you give the Enid Blyton stories? Obviously, we give the Magic Faraway Tree 5, but as a whole, how do you feel about Enid Blyton books?
Oh, I don't think I can even give them 5.
Which one?
More. I want to give
100.
them 10.
Give them 10. You can give them 10. Yeah, we love the old school Enid Blyton books. They're our favourite, aren't they? Another one that I'm just going to quickly mention that we bought a few months ago and I've been reading on and off, which will give you a hint of how maybe Ava feels about it. But it's the prequel to, so there's the Disney books and they're prequels to the original film. So this one is like a prequel of Beauty and the Beast within. I didn't realise how grown up they were going to be. So the words in them are really, really grown up, and I think that Ava, I think you lose interest sometimes when I'm reading it, don't you? I'm really enjoying reading it, but yeah, you lose interest a little bit, I think, because it's hard to understand, isn't it, some of the words in it. But it's good, isn't it? Like, you're kind of enjoying it. I can see sometimes you get it, because Belle was in it briefly, we think.
Yeah.
They didn't say it was Belle, we think it was Belle, don't we? Yeah. But I would recommend these for older children, teenagers, or even like adults. I would enjoy reading this myself. But maybe you're just a little bit too young for it at the minute. Next couple of years, you'll be well into it. Just quickly mention that. Yeah, and then last but not least, I've saved it to last because it's Ava's favourite book at the minute. We're only halfway through, but you are absolutely loving it, aren't you? And it is Jelly. It's such a good book, isn't it? Really? Yeah, Ava is loving this book so much. Tell them a little bit what it's about.
Well, it's about a girl called Angelica, nicknamed Jelly.
Yeah.
And she's like the best person in the class.
She's really funny, isn't she?
Yeah. She does impressions of everyone, and that's what she's doing for her talent show this year. But her mum had a new boyfriend.
Yeah, Chris,
who's really, really mean.
I'm really enjoying it at the minute. So Ava keeps reading it without me. I have to catch up and read the chapter. But anyway, this is a great book. What are you going to give it?
20.
20 out of 5. So that is it. That is all Ava's favourite books at the minute, isn't it? Obviously Jelly being the favourite, and then the Beauty and the Beast one probably being your least favourite.
So Jelly top, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. I'll write all the books and the authors down in the description. Yeah, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a little thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
And enjoy this video.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.
So see you in another video, or I'll see you another time. Bye.